Shuklam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanavadanam Dhyayet Sarvavighnopashantaye Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha Om. Dear friends, welcome to Valmiki Ramayana. We are seeing the 60th Sarga, Sarga number 60 of Yuddha Kanda, where Ravana, earlier in that earlier Sarga, Ravana got defeated by Rama. And when Rama actually broke the chariot and broke the bow, and then he was, and also broke the Makuta. Makuta means that kirita or diadem, as we call that, crown as we call it. And that crown was also broken, and then he was just standing on the ground. Then Rama said, no, I don't want to kill you. You are not having a weapon with you now. I don't want to kill you now. You go back. Not only that, you are tired. You are now tired. You go back, take rest, and come tomorrow. Then Ravana, he doesn't want to go on the next day. He doesn't have the courage to go. Then he is now thinking of a plan, what to do. Then he is just coming and he is sitting on his throne, and he is discussing with his ministers what to do now. Sarvam tat khalume mogham yat taptam paramam tapaha. I did such a great tapas and obtained so many boons, and all those boons and all this tapas seems to be of no avail now. And now this Brahma Shapa, Brahma had told me once, that is, Manushebhyo vijanihi bhayam tvamiti tat tatha. You may not have, you have asked boons with regard to all these gods, Gandharvas, etc., but not from the humans and Vanaras. So you will have threat from humans. So that is what he had told, and that seems to be coming true now. Then avadhyatvam maya proktam manushebhyo na yachitam. In fact, in my arrogance, now Ravana is thinking, oh, what a foolish thing did I do. When I did tapas, I could have asked for avadhyatvam. Avadhyatvam is invincibility. You can't attack him. That invincibility I asked from Devas, I asked with respect to Gandharvas, I asked with respect to Danavas and all other celestials, but not from the human beings, because I thought all these humans are such trivial beings. Manushebhyo nayachitam tamimam manusham manye ramam dasarathatmajam ikshvakukula jatena anaranyena yatpura. And in this Ikshvakukula, there was another ancestor of Rama who was called Anaranya. We don't know the story. There is a person called Anaranya who was the ancestor of Rama, who was killed by Ravana. And at that time, Utpasyatihi madvamsha purusho rakshasadhama. He had given a curse. In my vamsha, O Rakshasadhama, there will be one person in my vamsha who is going to kill you. Nihanishyati sangrame tvam kuladhama durmate. So he had given a shapam. He had given some shapam that yes, you are going to die. Then Shaptosmi Vedavatyacha. Ravana is recalling all his earlier sins and also the curses. Whenever he committed a sin or some aggression, there was some shapa. And all those shapas, because we in our tradition, we believe in what is called karma phala. Suppose you do a lot of good karma, and that for that good karma, for good activity, you are going to get some good result. And if you are having some bad thing now, some bad thing you are experiencing now, that may be the result of some bad karma earlier. So that is what we believe. And in fact, as I said earlier also, this karma doctrine was accepted in the Indian tradition to explain various things. Number one, to explain the diversity in human nature. It is not as though we are all superstitious, and those who don't believe in karma, they are all very great people. Not like that. In fact, half of the humanity believes in what is called this karma doctrine. Half the humanity means the entire Asian country, the whole Asian countries, they believe in this karma siddhanta. And why this karma doctrine has been accepted? That is basically to explain the diversity in human nature. In the nature, there are people who are rich, there are some others who are very, very poor. God has created somebody very rich and somebody very poor. God has created somebody in full health, and He has created somebody in a very, very bad shape. Somebody born as a lame, dumb, deaf, etc. So why? Why in the same God's creation, why is there so much of disparity? So in order to explain that, otherwise you have to say, okay, God is very, very free. God is free. He can create as He likes. But then God is favorable to some people and angry with some people. So God becomes somebody who is like a human being only. He loves some people, doesn't love some people. So like that. So not only that, a human being should be encouraged to do good activities in society. So suppose you say, okay, you do some good activities, you will get good result. And by chance, suppose he has got into some difficulties, then he will think, okay, he will not take it very, very seriously. He will also take it in the stride, maybe because of some past karma. We do not know what some past karma is there. And he reconciles, very easily, happily reconciles, and he will not go to a psychiatrist. He will not get disturbed because of that. Suppose a person is in some difficulties, he will not curse God. He will not curse God. He will only think, okay, I probably there is some mistake of mine. So it is some mechanism where you are not cursing God and you are not changing God. Nowadays there is another problem. Suppose you are in difficulty, somebody comes and says, no, you change your God and then you come to my God is going to help you. So that is that sort of thing. So, but in Karma Siddhanta, a person, he is only thinking, okay, there is some good activity or bad activity on my part. And if something good is happening, yes, okay, something good has happened because of my good karma. So a human being is totally responsible. He thinks himself as responsible for whatever karma he is doing. So when he thinks like that, he will definitely avoid to do bad karma. Unless a great sinner like Ravana, deliberately somebody says, no, okay, in spite of all that, okay, I will do tapas, I will become very, very strong, etc., etc. But even such great sinners, they are going to get the fruit of their karma. So that is what Ravana is seeing now. Ravana is thinking about what all things he had committed earlier and who all had cursed. Now he is saying, Shaptoham Vedavatyacha. Vedavati, there is one lady called Vedavati. Vedavati was some ascetic, a female rishi who was actually doing some tapas. There is a big story for that. And she was doing, when Ravana saw her, he was so infatuated, he got infatuated or he took a fancy and then he tried to court her. And when he wanted to use force on her, she gave a shapam. She burnt herself in that Yogagni, and before burning herself in that Yogagni, she gave a shapam. I am going to take birth again and I am going to be the cause of your death. And now that Vedavati is born as a Sita, he himself is saying, Seyam Sita Mahabhaga Jata Janakanandini. Seyam Sita. Seyam is Sa-yam. That same Vedavati is this Sita. So, then Uma Nandishwaraschapi, Rambha, Varuna Kanyaka. So, he has received so many shapas from other people, curses. That is, Uma seems to have cursed at some point of time. Then Nandishwara also has cursed at some point of time. Nandi, we know, Nandi is the Vahanam. Vahanam is, Nandi, that bull, is a Vahanam for Lord Shiva. And of course, all that thing is a symbolism. Bull, in our Vedic tradition, it conveys, it symbolizes dharma. The bull with his 4 legs, when it is very powerfully walking, means dharma is walking on all its 4 legs. That is supposed to be Kruta Yuga. When dharma is very, very meticulously followed, that is Kruta Yuga. When dharma is walking on 3 legs, it is supposed to be the Treta Yuga. Dharma is walking on 2 legs, it is supposed to be Dwapara Yuga. 1 leg, it is supposed to be Kali Yuga, where the dharma is in a very, very low level. So that is what is the traditional or Puranic way of describing the change in human values and change in the levels of dharma. So that is the Puranic style. So then Uma Nandishwaraschapi, Rambha Karuna Varuna Kanyaka, and it seems he had outraged the Rambha, outraged the modesty of this Rambha also once, and that Rambha did not curse, and Rambha's husband who came immediately, that he cursed, he gave a curse, Nalakubara gave a curse. So like that, Yathokta Stanmaya Praptam Namithya Rushibhashitam, and all these people, they had cursed me, and all these curses naturally they won't go waste. Then again he says, Sacha Pratimagambhiryo Devadanava Darpaha, but in spite of all this, then again Ravana, he regained his Gambhiryam. Gambhiryam is his own original, the dignified nature, that his, what can we say, his basic character to be very resilient nature, let us say, very resilient nature. So he recovered it, and now let Kumbhakarna be woken up. Brahma Shapabhibhutastu Kumbhakarno Vibodhyatam. Let Kumbhakarna be woken up. And Kumbhakarna, you know that Kumbhakarna sleeps for 6 months and wakes up for 1 day. He eats so many things on that particular day and again goes back to sleep. And again 6 months he is there sleeping. So then Samare Jitamatmanam Prahastam Janishudhitam. Now he is Kumbhakarna. Kumbhakarna is there, he is saying, Ravana is saying, Sukham Swapiti Nischintaha Kalopahata Chetanaha. So this Kumbhakarna, Nischintaha, he is happily sleeping, Nischinta, absolutely no chinta. When you are awake, only then you have chinta. When you are asleep, there is no chinta. When you are having sound sleep, absolutely no chinta. Then Kalopahata Chetanaha, that is, his sense has been taken away by Kala. Kala means bad time. What is that? Brahma, it seems Brahma himself had given a curse. So that is what is the case in, that is what is the fate of Kumbhakarna. Then Nava Sapta Dashashtaucha Masa Swapiti Rakshasa. This person, if he goes to sleep, sometimes he sleeps for 9, Nava Sapta Dasha Ashtau, 7, 8, 9, 10 months also he sleeps at a stretch. Then right now, what is his position? Mantram Krutva Prasuptoyam Itastu Navamehani. So we have seen in an earlier chapter, in an earlier sarga, we saw that Kumbhakarna was also present. Kumbhakarna was also present because on that day Ravana was saying, earlier when I abducted Sita, Kumbhakarna was not there, we did not discuss with him. Now Kumbhakarna is also there in this meeting. So at that meeting Kumbhakarna also had advised Ravana initially to give back Sita, etc. So that we have seen there. So now he says, Mantram Krutva Prasuptoyam. On that day, when we all discussed this strategy, at that time he was awake, but later he slept. That was about 9 days ago. Itastu Navamehani. From today, 9 days back. That means 9 days ago, when we discussed, he was very much awake. Now he is asleep. Let us wake him up now. Tam tu bodhayata kshipram kumbhakarnam mahabalam. Now you go and wake him up. He will soon kill Vanaran Rajaputraucha Kshiprameva Hanishyati. So he will be the person who is going to kill all these Vanaras and also this Rajaputrau, these two boys. Then all their mighty army. Then if he also says, Ravana says, Kim Karishyam Yaham Tena Shakratulya Balenai. And Kumbhakarna is a person who is equal to Shakra. Shakra means Indra. He is equal to Indra in his strength. And of what use is his strength if it is not useful in time? When something is not useful in time, in the critical time, then what is its use? Suppose you have a very great friend and that great friend doesn't help you in time, what is the use of that friend? So like that. So Yidrushe Vyasane Ghore, when such a crisis is there, if he doesn't come to my rescue now, then what is his use? Then okay, let us wake him up. Then so many soldiers, they go, and then with a huge, and now there is some fun, all the children, they are usually fascinated by this Kumbhakarna, how this Kumbhakarna is woken up. When children read Ramayana, they are fascinated by this particular passage, how hundreds and hundreds of people, they go, they walk on him, they jump on him, they pull his ears, they put some spears and then try to pierce him. In spite of all that, he doesn't wake up, and hundreds of elephants are made to walk on him, then he wakes up. So that is all a very funny thing, some little bit of Hasya Rasa by Valmiki. So we see here, Te Ravana Samadhishtaha Mamsa Shonita Bhojanaham. They took a lot of Mamsa. Mamsa means all meat. Shonita means blood. We drink water, and some people of course drink wine, but this man, he drinks both wine and also Shonita. Shonita means blood. Flesh, blood and wine. These three are his food. Gandham Malyam Chamahad Bhakshyam Adaya Rasahasayehu. They immediately went. And now Te Pravishya Mahadwaram. They went to that huge gate. When Kumbhakarna himself is such a huge personality, naturally the gate has to be very huge. Sarvato Yojanayatam. So 1 yojana on all sides. That means 1 yojana is roughly a couple of kilometers, something like that. So at that is the length and length. That is that arch house. His Kumbhakarna's gate was so big. So these people, they went, and Kumbhakarna Guham Ramyam. He was in a place. It was almost like a guha. Guha means nowadays it can be compared to some aeroplane hangar. Suppose aeroplane has to go and it has to take rest. You have got, suppose you have got your own car shed. Like a car shed, if an aeroplane has to be parked somewhere, there is a huge hangar for an aeroplane. And if it is a battlecraft, it is much, much bigger hangar. So like that, that hangar, that is Guha. Kumbhakarna Guha. Guha is somewhere, some long tunnel-like thing. So because such a huge person. So they entered all that. And then even as they were entering, and Kumbhakarna was breathing, and loud breathing. Probably he was also snoring, we do not know. Kumbhakarnasya nishvasad avadhuta mahabalaha. And even strong people, they were just shaken by that nishvasa. Suppose there is a small, very small insect here. When I inhale, when I exhale, that insect will be driven off. So similarly, when this Kumbhakarna was exhaling, then these people who went ahead went near him, they were all blown away. And with great difficulty, they stuck to the ground. Pratishtamana kruchrena. Kruchrena means with great difficulty they stood their ground and moved ahead. And again they all together, te tutam vikrutam suptam suvikirnamiva parvatam. He was sleeping like a huge mountain. Vikirnamiva parvatam. Kumbhakarnam mahanidram sametah pratyabodhayan. They all loudly, they just shouted. There was no response. Tatas chakrur, I am skipping again some slokas, but still I am reading some. Tatas chakrur mahatmanah bhutanam meru sankasham rashim paramatarpanam. They kept a huge mass, the huge heap of all these animals they were kept there, a huge heap. And what is that? Mruganam, Mahishanam, cha Varahanam, cha Sanchayan. They kept deer, buffaloes, Varaha means boar. Deer, buffaloes and boars. And Chakrur Nairuta Shardulaha, Rashi Mannasya Chadbhutam. A huge Rasi and also huge Anna Rasi. And again, Tata Shonita Kumbhansya, Mamsani Vividhanisya, Shonita Kumbhan. Shonita means blood, parts and parts of blood, and Mamsani Vividhanisya, different varieties of meat. And they just kept in front of him so that he can at least inhale that food smell and then get up. And still there was no hope. Then again they started Dhupagandansya, Sasrujuhu, Tushtuvuh Parantapam. Tushtuvuhu means they all started singing his glory, singing his praise, all with all trumpets and whatnot. Still he didn't wake up. Then again they blew conches, Shankhansya Purayamasa. Shankha, probably this was the first time they were waking him up because there was no other occasion to wake him up. So he was just casually sleeping. They tried all methods. Now Shankha, they started blowing conches. And Purayamasuhu. Then again, Tumulam Yugapachapi Vineduhu cha Amarshitaha. And all together they started crying out. In spite of all that, he didn't wake up. Then again they took huge weapons and hit him. Tato Bhushundir Musalani Sarve. Bhushundi is somewhat like a sort of gada type of thing. They hit him with gadas and musalas and whatnot. Jagruhur Gadascha. Then again, Tam Shailasungaihi Musalair Gadabhi Vakshasthale Mudgara Mushtibhisha. They started hitting him on the chest with all this gada, etc. Still nothing. When they wanted to stand on his chest, they were blown off by the Nishvasa. And you may be reminded of Gulliver's Travels. So probably Jonathan Swift, he had read Ramayana, no doubt. Ramayana surely he has read. Probably this idea got into his mind that a huge person and small people from the country of Laputa, that Lilliputs, they were blown off by his breath. So the same thing is happening here. Sukha prasuptam bhuvi kumbhakarnam rakshamsi udagrani tada nijaghnuhu. All these people, they just went on to his chest, but they were all blown away, blown by his nishvasa. Then they did various things, but nothing happened. Then they made some horses, elephants, etc. They made them walk. Ashwan, Ustran, Karan, Gajan, Karan, Nagan. Then all these things, they made horses, camels, that is elephants, they were made to walk on him. But still there was no movement. Then they became very angry. Tatah kopasamavishtaha. Kopasamavishtaha means they were so angry. And Sarve Bhima Parakramaha, they were also very strong people, but in spite of all that, they were not able to wake him up. They pulled his hair, Keshan Anye Pralulupuhu. They tried to pluck his hair, they pulled his hair, nothing happened. And karnanyanye dashanti cha. Karnani, these are the sensitive parts. Karna is ear. And ear is a sensitive part. And they started biting. Dashanti. Dashanti means they started biting the ears. In spite of all that, no question of getting up. Then as a final thing, Vanaranam Sahasram cha Shariresya Pradhavidam. They took 1,000 elephants and made them to run over him. Then finally he just shook, and then Patyamanaihi, Girishunga Vrukshaihi. Then Kumbhakarna, then at that time he just tried to move a little, and when he moved a little, all the elephants, they just fell down. Elephants which were running on him, they just fell down. Achintyatan, then Nidrakshayat, Shudbhaya Piditasya, and he just suddenly woke up from sleep, and he was also terribly hungry. And when he was terribly hungry, then naturally, and also he vikrutam jajrumbhe, and in a very terrible manner he yawned. Jrumbhanam means yawning. Jajrumbhe means he yawned in a very terrible manner. He opened his huge mouth, and now all these people, they just showed all this food. Immediately people who were near him, they showed, yeah, please take this food. So immediately he took all that, he ate up all that food. Varahan, Mahishanshaiva, Babhatshaja Mahabalaha. All those things, Babhatsha means he ate up all those things. Then he ate all that, and Medah Kumbhamscha Madhyanscha. Medah Kumbham, all that Medas is fat. Fat was also kept in various pots. He drank all that fat, no problem about fat and cholesterol, etc. And he drank all that Madhyam. Madhyam is wine. A lot of wine was also kept, all that wine he drank. And then again, Tatastrupta iti jnatva samutpetur nishachara. Then when the Rakshasas saw him, oh yes, now he is satisfied, because as soon as he got up, he got so much of food, and he felt so happy. And all the people, they felt so happy, they slowly approached him. And then again they did pranama, shirobhischa pranamyainam. They did pranama, so that the man should not get angry. If he gets angry, he will eat them up also. Then again he said, then again after that he also got, he was pleased by their behavior. Kimarthamah madrutya bhavadbhih pratibodhitah. Why am I woken up? Why did you wake me up? Then Kachitsa kushalam rajnyo bhayam vaneha kinchana. Is the king okay? Is there any threat to the king? Kachit bhayam va. Is there any threat to the king? Then Adya Rakshasa Rajasya bhayam utpatayamyaham. If there is any fear, you tell me. I am going to take out that fear for this Rakshasa Raja. Dharayishye Mahendram va Shitayishye tathanulam. If it is from Mahendra, I am going to tear up Dharanam. Dharanam is tearing up. I am going to tear up that Mahendra. I am going to kill that Agni. If the threat is from, I am going to Shitayishye means at Agni also I will make him cool. Shitayishye, I will make him cool. Then Nahi Alpakarane Suptam Bodhayishyati Madrusham. And when you are waking me up, I think there is not a small reason. There must be a very, very big reason. That is the reason why I am woken up. Because Kumbhakarna will not be woken up unless in an emergency. It is like declaring national emergency, something like that. So declaring national emergency, Kumbhakarna has been woken up. Then tell me what has happened. Now they say, oh sir, the threat is not from gods or Danavas or anybody else. The threat is from humans. Nano devakrutam kinchit bhayam asti kadachana. It is not a devakrutam bhayam. It is manushanno bhayam rajan. O Rajan, O king, the threat is from the manusha, manushyas, human beings. Tumulam samprabhadhate. And then again, Lanka is totally surrounded by all these vanaras. Vanaraihi parvatakaraihi lankeyam parivarita. Lanka is surrounded by all these vanaras who are mountainous in size, very huge people. And now this Ravana himself went to war, and he was beaten in the war by Rama, and Rama gracefully left him off. Swayam Rakshodhipasyapi Paulastyo Devakantaka. Swayam Rakshodhipati, Swayam, personally, Ravana went. Paulastya means the son of this Paulastya Brahma. Then Vrajeti Sanyuge Muktaha. And he was defeated by Rama. And then Rama said, Vraja means go back. He was just mercifully let off. So that is the position. So then Kumbhakarna, okay, Kumbhakarna says, yes, if it is so, I will go straight to the battlefield. Sarva madhyaiva yupaksham harisainyam salakshanam. He said, I will go straight away to the war field. Rane jitva tato drakshyami ravanam. I will go straight to the battlefield, kill those people, then again come and come to Ravana, meet Ravana. Then ministers, all those ministers, they said with all folded hands, Krutanjalihi Vakyamidam Bhavashe, that the senior minister with folded hands, he said, oh sir, it may be better if you see Ravana first. Ravanasya vacha shrutva gunadosha vimrusya. First you may have a discussion, you may have a chat with the big boss, and then gunadosha vimrusya, seeing what has to be done, what not to be done, etc., what is right, what has to be, what is our strength, etc. Then paschadapi mahabaho shatrun yudhi vijeshasi. And thereafter, okay, you can go to the battlefield. Probably it is proper to meet Ravana first. Then okay, this Kumbhakarna also says, okay, then okay, I will come to Ravana. Then Ravana was very, very happy. These people, they went and reported, yes, Kumbhakarna got up, and Ravana was also very, very happy. Ravanastu abravid drushto hrustaha rakshasantan upasthitan. Ravana was very happy, and he said, okay, bring him with all honors. Because Kumbhakarna, though Kumbhakarna is his younger brother, Kumbhakarna is naturally as strong as Ravana. And Ravana cannot dismiss Kumbhakarna, he can't antagonize Kumbhakarna. So bring Kumbhakarna with all due honor. Yathanyayam cha pujyatam. Yathanyayam cha pujyatam is, let him be brought with all due honor. Then Kumbhakarna, meanwhile, he also got ready. We don't know how he brushed his teeth, etc. He got ready. Prakshalya vadanam hrushta. Prakshalya vadanam is, he had a face wash. Vadanam is face. Prakshalanam is washing. So probably he washed up his face. And then hrushtaha, snataha, paramahashitaha. Then again he also had a bath, snataha. Then again pipasus twaram twarayamasa panam balasamiranam. Then again he wanted some drink. Hey, get some drink. So again another round of food. All these people, pitva ghata sahasre dve. Ghata sahasra means 1,000 pots of, what is this, liquor. What type of liquor, we are not sure. 1,000 pots of liquor he just had, and then he started going. Ishat samutkato mattaha tejo bala samanvitaha. Ishat samutkata, slightly in a very high mood. When you drink, naturally a person gets into a high mood. So he drank some 2,000 vessels of the drink and then got up. Then again, when he got up and when he started walking from his guha, from his, what can we say, a hangar, let us say. Hangar is the right word, because it cannot be a house. It's a huge hangar type of thing. So from that place he just got up, and then when he started moving on that royal path, the ground was shaking, and he was seen outside the city fort also. We know that Lanka is having a city fort wall, and the person is so tall. He stood above the fort wall, above in the sense he was taller than the fort wall. Suppose the fort wall is only this high, and the man is this tall, and the people who are standing here, they can see this person. So they could see that huge Kumbhakarna, who was much, much taller than the fort walls. And when he was walking towards Ravana's place, even the people outside could see. And these Vanaras, they saw him, and vitatra suste saha yuthapalaihi. And when they saw him, they were so totally scared. And they all ran towards Rama. Rajanti kechid vyethita pathanti. Some people, they just ran helter-skelter. And some people, they just fell on the ground. And some other people, they went and ran towards Rama. And we come to the next sarga, that is 61st sarga, where Rama also sees him. Rama also sees, and he also sees that army is running away in all directions. Drishtva punah pradudrava vanaranam mahachamu. That vanaranam mahachamu. Chamu means army. That Chamu, that great army, it was just running here and there, seeing that mighty person. Then Ravana asks Kumbhakarna, who is this person? So Kumbhakarna is going to explain the entire background of this, not Kumbhakarna, Vibhishana. Rama asks Vibhishana, and Vibhishana is now going to explain Who is this Kumbhakarna and what is his background, etc.? We will see tomorrow. Harihi Om Tat Sat.